Alright, so a bunch of exciting bedroom stuff came in, and if you can't tell, this is actually a bed frame, and specifically it is from the brand called Floyd, which if you're into furniture, I feel like a majority of you have probably heard of this bed. I feel like I see it like all over Pinterest or all over Instagram. So I'm going to be setting up this bed and swapping it with our current Thuma bed frame, which is now going to go in the guest bedroom, because now that we have 2 bedrooms, we did need to get a second mattress and a second bed frame. And the second thing that arrived, which I haven't yet unboxed, are new curtains to replace these 2 sheer curtains that we currently have. The main issue that we've been having with these ones is, as you can tell, they're pretty see-through, and so they're not really blocking much light, and both me and my girlfriend are pretty sensitive to light when it comes to the morning. So finally getting around to replacing these with a darker and I think more moody pair of curtains. The other thing that I'm going to be setting up today in the bedroom, which I talked about in my initial bedroom setup video, is some sconce lights to go on the wall at either side of the bed, because as you can tell right now, we don't have any lighting over here, so we've just been relying on the cursed overhead light, which you guys know I hate very much. And then maybe also put up a shelf here for some artwork and just make this wall a little bit less blank and sad. So gonna be a good amount of work, but should definitely be worth it. Alright, so we got the curtains and the bed completely set up. In terms of assembly, my Thuma bed was probably a bit easier to assemble than this one. But with that being said, I do really love how this looks. It's pretty close to the floor, and it kind of looks like it's floating. And I think the color of the wood turned out really, really nicely, and it's almost the exact same color of the wood as the floors that we have. And I also really like the headboard. I feel like it looks really, really great with our bedding choice. And then coming over to the curtains over here, you can see that now they are definitely block out a little bit more light than before, and they're also not exactly white. They're sort of like a creamish tannish color. So I also really like how it kind of makes everything look pretty warm. And when you close them completely, because they have a lot of extra fabric, form these nice little pleats across. Another reason why I think this upgrade looks so good is because the curtain length is absolutely perfect. So you can see it just barely touches the floor. It's kind of sitting right on top of it. Whereas the other ones that I had were too long, so they were kind of always draping on the floor and the bottoms got really dirty. Makes this upgrade look a lot more sort of clean and very professionally done. So I'd say overall, these are both a success. I am still gonna put the lights up on either side of the bed and tackle this shelf back here. But honestly, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. So I'm gonna tackle that one tomorrow morning. Okay, so this is what the bedroom now looks like. I guess starting over here with the least exciting thing, I finally decorated this wall a little bit. Got some of my girlfriend's stuffed animals, little asparagus fern, some books, a projector which we'll be using on here to project onto this wall while we're in bed. I do think I probably want to get maybe a dresser or something to go under there for a bit more storage space, just because this right now is the only closet that we have and it's not that much space honestly, but that's for another time. In this corner over here, I actually just spontaneously decided to get rid of that white tall bookshelf which used to be in the corner. I felt like especially from this angle right here, it looked way too crowded, and so replaced it with my componability unit, 2 plants, and this stool right here. And I think this corner looks really nice now. The plants and just like the lower overall height just makes this general space seem a lot larger. And then now onto the exciting stuff. I got these 2 lamps, so one here and one over there on either side of the bed. If you remember, these used to be in my old apartment next to the beds, and I really like these lamps. These are from a brand called Norman Copenhagen. They let off a really nice glow on the bottom, but then it also lets off this really cool sort of, I guess I'd call it like a halo effect. These holes on the top of the light, so there's a little bit of filtered light that gets through there and creates a really cool pattern on the wall. And then of course above the bed we got this shelf that goes all the way across with 2 little decorations on the side and then another one of my sister's paintings on the top. I just feel like the entire room just fits this vibe perfectly and just feels a lot more cohesive, and it actually kind of feels like a complete bedroom now, because I feel like even after my initial bedroom setup video there was still so much work that I wanted to continue doing. I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of this setup, and especially with this shelf right here. For a second I was stressing that it was a little bit too tall, but I think with everything together it looks really great. You could just place it directly in.